So as we begin 2025, it is necessary for you to recognize organization is what really sets you ahead of the game when it comes to improving your life. So that's exactly what I'm going to talk about today. What are some systems you can implement into your life so you can be more organized and so you can stay on top of all different aspects of whatever you're trying to achieve in your life? Hi, my name's Courtney. I'm a high school software engineer that has perfected my methods of productivity. And today we're going to talk about how do I stay organized in my life. And essentially, I'm just going to give you different things that you can take back into your life and things of that sort. This is another video that is in my self-help series, which is a series all about benefiting you and making you a well-rounded person. I recommend you check out the other videos. I'll link it up there. But yes, please go check them out and I hope you enjoy. Now, before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe down below because this video has a ton of actionable tips for you to implement into your life. Now, how I personally break down my life is a little bit different than a lot of other people. I don't really like to do really long-term goals necessarily because life happens and things change. So because of that, the farthest I'll plan is 3 years in advance. After that, it's just kind of like a dream essentially because it's not really attainable for where I am right now. Instead of looking really big picture, I'd personally do a more smaller picture. When it comes to different things like my YouTube channel, I run it on a quarter-to-quarter basis where I plan out exactly what videos I'm going to post for this quarter. And that's how I kind of operate. Now, it's different for every other aspect. Everything else for my life is planned on a month-to-month basis. This means at the beginning of every month, I sit down with myself and I do an audit on what I previously did with my life. I find out exactly how much money I spent on different aspects, and then I recognize, okay, maybe I need to change my budget here. I recognize how much time has I really spent on my phone. Should I alter that and things of that sort? So after every single month, in the beginning of every month, I do a little audit, I do a reflection. I recognize, okay, this worked, this didn't. And then I go into the new month with a whole bunch of goals that I essentially need to improve on from the previous month. Now, I personally break my goals into 4 different categories. These categories are health, wealth, knowledge, and academics. First, let's go to health. I cannot stress to you enough, you need to prioritize your health. By staying on top of your personal health, whether that's physical health, whether that's mental health, whatever, by you prioritizing your health, you are able to really stay on top of any other aspect of your life, because when you're healthy, you want to be more productive with your life. That's just almost always how it works. So that's just a solid system for you to run off of. I'll link a video up here where I kind of talk more about prioritizing your health and different tech things that you can use to improve your health. But essentially, by getting your daily movement in, you are really able to improve yourself. Now, this for me personally looks different. I like to work out at least 2 times a week at the gym. I like to move my body 10 minutes every single day. This could be going on walks. This could be stretching. This could be some Pilates thing that I want to do. It doesn't matter, but as long as I'm getting 10 minutes of movement in addition to whatever I'm doing with my day, that really can help me set myself up for success. Another thing I do when it comes to my health is I track my macros. Now, I'm not going to go too in depth in this because I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a health coach, but by tracking your calories, watching what you're bringing into your body, what you're ingesting, you're really able to recognize, okay, this makes me feel icky, I shouldn't really be eating this, or this makes me feel really good, I should be eating more of this. And that's personally how I run my day-to-day life. That's how I run my month. I track my macros, I track my calories because I sometimes find myself overindulging in food. So because of that, I track my macros. Now, my second category is wealth. This is essentially saying, how can I improve my wealth within this month? Now, for me personally, this means one, kind of going back to the budgeting, looking back, okay, I spent a lot of money last month. How can I rearrange my budget for this month? This can be me staying on top of my stocks. As I kind of say earlier in my other videos, I do invest in the stock market. So making sure I'm reflecting on those, making sure I'm staying up to date with how my money is moving. That's something that I really want to stay on top of. And another thing that I really have started doing is meal prepping and budgeting for meals because I recognize I eat out a lot. I go out to eat. I go with fast food. I like sit down restaurants. I don't care. I like to eat food. So because of that, by prepping at home, it saves me a lot of money. So essentially just looking at my big money takers and big money makers are real things that I do to improve my wealth. The third category I have is knowledge. Now, this is extremely important to me because knowledge is power. That statement holds so true in modern day. So by staying up to date with the news, by staying up to date with whatever's happening in the world, I'm really able to be knowledgeable with whatever conversation that I'm having. I do this by, one, reading a lot of articles. I like to read The Guardian. I like to read New York Times to kind of stay up to date. And I like to listen to some podcasts when it comes to staying up to date with world news. But also, I like knowledge for personal benefit. So I like to read self-help books. Right now, I am reading I Will Teach You to Be Rich, and it is a phenomenal book. I highly recommend you check it out. But I also want to grow my knowledge in those ways as well. So these are just some ways that I personally want to grow my knowledge in my life. Some of these habits that I have that I will do for this is read a chapter every single night, read a few articles every single week, listen to so many podcast episodes this week. That's kind of how I track my knowledge intake. And then the fourth and final category is academics. Now this obviously doesn't apply to everybody because we're all on our different academic journeys. I'm still in high school, but some people are in college, some people are in grad school, some people are in middle school. So this means different things for different people, especially when it comes to course rigor as well. But I still want to prioritize my academics by studying so many hours every single day, by making sure I have no late assignments, things of that sort. So these are just my 4 different categories that I break my life into when it comes to staying organized with my month-to-month basis. I highly recommend you take apart what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and kind of, start organizing your life and staying on top of your goals and responsibilities that you have set for yourself. Anyways, these are my 4 different categories for me organizing my life. Take apart what works for you and what doesn't. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. Please comment what are some organizational tips that you can share with the family. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time on Quartz Corner.